Hi, I'm Jen.
And I'm Micala, and we're your best bridesmaids. Welcome back to our channel, where today we'll be continuing our series on choosing your vendors. Today we're going to be talking about super fun topic, choosing your DJ or live entertainment, a band.
This is such an important topic. Maybe at the very beginning you thought, I want a live band or I want a DJ. We want to cover both because one or the other might be a better fit for your actual reception.
So the first thing that we want to talk about today is the DJ. There are some really great DJs out there, and they definitely know how to bring down the house, bring up a fun atmosphere in a reception. There's lots of different things that make a DJ a great choice for your wedding.
We really think DJs are awesome because they're able to keep on an itinerary. They give the guest an idea of what's going to happen next. They're also able to interact with the guest a little bit more than a band. So they're able to walk around the crowd and get everything going. We've seen some awesome DJs that are really good at getting the guests on the dance floor. You also have a broader range of music to use. Some bands have a very large amount of music they're able to play. Usually you have a choice between what music you want to go with. With a DJ, the choices are unlimited. Now let's look at live bands. Maybe this is something that you've dreamed about since day one, seeing this live performance on the day of your wedding.
One of the best things about having live entertainment at your wedding is just the sheer energy that is put off by having live performers in the room. I know that it's loud, it's fun, they're right there, and it's a great way to just take the energy level up a notch. If you've got some snoozers over here who might not be into wedding receptions, they might not really want to get out on the dance floor yet, I think having a live band there really helps in just bringing excitement to the atmosphere. And then another thing is that if you really are into a specific niche of music, live bands can be great for that. You've got certain bands around your city that may specialize in a specific type of genre of music. So whereas Jen was mentioning with DJs, you've got, the sky is the limit with your song selection. Bands can be a little bit more of specialized, so they might be able to bring something a little more unique to the table.
One of the main concerns of our couples is that people aren't going to dance at the reception.
One of the things that I hear a lot is, please don't do the line dances, at our wedding reception. I've heard many couples be anti-line dance for their wedding reception. And while I know that the chicken dance can seem a little silly, the Cupid shuffle might be a little overplayed, I do see value in these line dances because not a lot of people are gonna feel comfortable coming to the dance floor without knowing any steps. So just let your DJ have fun. Let him play a line dance or two just to get the guests out of their seats onto the dance floor, because chances are they're gonna know the moves to at least one line dance that he's willing to play. So don't be total anti-line dance. Let your guests have some fun. And then once they're up on the dance floor, your DJ can transition into some other fun songs and people will feel a little bit more comfortable, feel a little more loosened up and ready to make some moves.
Definitely. So. And I really think that for the majority of couples, their largest amount of guests are family, and it's going to be older. So some of those cheesy ones, like the YMCA, I didn't want that at my wedding either, but it really does bring people on the floor. Brings people back to the time when they were at their high school prom, doing the YMCA. Yeah. So it's important to incorporate some of those things. So 3 minutes of a song that you don't really like is going to really make a difference on how many people are on the floor. Now that you're in the process of looking for a band or a DJ, you're probably thinking about songs that you want at your reception. So, Micala, do you think that it's important to make a song list?
That's something that I do get asked a lot from my brides when they're kind of feeling out whether or not they should go the DJ or band route. And while I do think it can be important to maybe pick 5 to 10 special songs that you absolutely want to hear at your wedding, don't feel overwhelmed like you need to compile a list of 500 songs and hand it to your DJ. First of all, it's probably going to freak your DJ out a little bit. Trust your DJ. He's been doing this for a long time. He or she has been doing this for a long time. And more than likely, they're going to have all of the current popular songs. They're going to know what's fun and what's good to play at a reception. So just cross it off the list. Don't make one extra thing for you to do and worry about having to create this huge song list. By all means, if there's a few that you love, Party in the USA was definitely on the top of my list. And sad fact, he did not play it. I'm just going to tell you right now. It's like my anthem. But anyways, yeah, if there's 5 or 10 that you really love, definitely feel free to hand those over. But don't stress out too much about creating such a huge library of music, because chances are your DJ already has it.
And one of the things that you have to consider is you're hiring a professional. They've probably done hundreds, possibly thousands of weddings. They know what they're doing. And of course, they're going to probably have some sort of form you can fill out with songs to not play and songs you definitely want to play. But I wouldn't make an entire song list. It just takes up so much of your time, and it doesn't allow the DJ to actually do it. The work he was paid for, or she.
Another good question to ask your DJ is whether or not they have any example footage of them in action at a wedding.
This is a great way to see their transition time. Of course, you don't want a lot of time in between songs. This can be kind of awkward on the dance floor, so want to make sure that your DJ performs well. So ask for YouTube videos, ask for a portfolio. Anything that they can give you will be great to see them in action.
And a lot of times they'll even give you their DJ voice and spiel right there at the table at your meeting. I know one of my good friends is a DJ, and he's willing to just lay it all out there right in the meeting. So that's always fun too, if you're like sitting in Starbucks and then all of a sudden your DJ starts dropping a beat.
So grab a pen and paper. Here are a few questions that you should ask your band.
First things first, figure out what type of music your band specializes in. Are they more of an oldies band? Do they play jazz music? Are they on trend current pop music? Or do they sing their originals? Definitely get a good feel of what type of music they are into, because you want to make sure that that meshes well with what you personally like.
Yeah. Number 2, we think that you should definitely get a head count. So ask how many are in your crew. So this doesn't include just the drummer, the pianist, the singer. This includes their sound crew, anybody additional that are going to be coming into that. So it's very important to get that number.
Number 3, you're going to definitely want to ask what part the band is going to play in kind of emceeing the night. So as we mentioned with the DJs, oftentimes they're going to be the ones to kind of make sure everything stays on track. Is your band willing or comfortable with doing that? Or are you going to need to hire somebody else to come in and be the one to make the announcements and keep the evening flowing? Some bands just want to be there to play the music, and that's totally fine. You just need to know that ahead of time so you're not shocked at the wedding when you don't have anybody to keep the night moving.
4th question. Are you going to be the one that provides food for the crew? So this, again, does not just include who is playing the instruments, but the people that are going to be controlling sounds, setting up. It's important to know how many people you're going to be feeding.
And the band will get hungry, so don't forget about them. DJ too. It's never good to forget about your vendors.
Definitely.
Lastly, you just want to kind of figure out what's the setup and teardown time involved with the band. So you're probably going to have to calculate that into the hours for the evening. And you also want to double check with your reception venue. Make sure that if your band needs extra time setting up before or tearing down after, you just want to make sure that that fits within the guidelines that your venue has allowed for start time and tear down time.
Also know when you're talking to your band, when they're talking about the hours that they will be there, does that include setup and does that include teardown? So that's something you should consider.
So we hope that we were able to give you some good insight on band versus DJ. There's definitely benefits to both, and both can really bring a lot of fun and energy to your reception.
Stay tuned for next week. We're actually wrapping up our Choosing Your Vendor series. We have some questions you should ask your videographer.
Thanks so much for watching today. Please subscribe so that you don't miss a thing. And as always, happy planning. One thing that you're going to want to be confident about is how well your videographer works with the photography team. This definitely goes hand in hand. You want to make sure that you have a videographer that respects and trusts your photographer, and you want a photographer who respects and trusts the videographer. They're going to be trying to get a lot of the same shots.
I can do this though.